Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, friends and colleagues from across the world. Today we have, thank you for joining us for a third webinar of the day with some very special guests, very unique. We saved the best for last today. We have the founder and also the CEO of Top Doctor Magazine, Mr. John Highland and Mr. Colin Raw. Thank you for graciously joining us today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
So why do we have two gentlemen that came for a third time after Jay Abrahams and John Stamper and now the Top Dog Magazine, a third group that are non-doctors that are helping many, many doctors. That's why they're invited on our platform. And having succeeded tremendously in various industries, they have come to the table now to care for and help doctors to increase their business acumen, something they're not taught in medical and professional schools across the country. And there's a gap, and they have recognized that. And with their efforts, not only with Top Doctor Magazine and motivating and promoting and stimulating other colleagues to do better in their personal lives and careers, they have also done many other things, such as the Speaking Empire, which I'm very fond of, where my colleagues could benefit from in increasing their business acumen and establishing themselves with the Top Doctor Magazine as a leader in a community. If you were to put this in a perspective of a joke, if you walked into a bar and you had a beautiful woman sitting at the bar and 100 guys in that bar, and you walked up to that woman and said, "Hey, I'm different than every other guy in here," she'll laugh at you and she'll think you're a slime ball, right? You have to act differently. You have to differentiate yourself. And this is the same in a medical practice. And we are going to learn today from these gentlemen on how to differentiate ourselves. They came to us 2 months ago and awarded our regents and myself with a special edition and various awards for the thing that we did that brought together over 2 million people to the Global Interdisciplinary Summit, be it colleagues, dentists, hygienists, assistants, and they recognized that, found us, they came to us and awarded us, and then we got to know them, and we got to know what their missions and their accomplishments are. So I'm very excited about what they could bring to the table for all of our independent sole proprietors and free thinkers that are out there struggling as big businesses getting bigger and the smaller organizations who produce and provide the same or better services are suffering and could benefit from this knowledge as do the bigger ones. But just to give you guys a quick idea of who Mr. Highland is and who Mr. Roth is, Mr. Highland is a highly sought business coach, speaker, and trainer. He's the husband of 35 years and father of 2 awesome children. He graduated with a degree in finance from Liberty University and then started in the commerce where he had to build a company with over 400 employees. And on and on his ventures in the business world go, but where he learned how to negotiate and expand and the tricks and the art and science of negotiation was in the housing markets, where he has built or sold over 2,000 properties, millions of dollars, has held speaking arrangements to Australia, Iceland, Israel, Japan, Canada, Philippines, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and that list is very long and would take me all day to go over. He now helps doctors become celebrities, brings massive amount of new patients to their practices. Very honorable thing to do. We have some that help the bigger corporations, and we have helped some that help individual sole proprietors. And Doc, we're very honored to have you here. And on top, if that's not enough, he's heavily involved in local community, working with charities. And that's what tends to sometimes happen when you have children, but you go above and beyond. And my time with Mr. Colin Roth has been very educational. This is a very nice balance of a relationship they have. One is the logistics guy, and one is the entrepreneur and driver. And the logistic guys always come in and step us down a notch, the people that are entrepreneurs, which is good. Colin is that person. He's the analyst. He's the business, the mind behind the logistics. And I have had a very pleasant experience interacting with their staff, their chief operating officer, their editorial staff, and their team members over the months. and it's been a great honor to have them also come onto a podinar, and they will give us a very broad overview of what you can achieve, what our colleagues can achieve by engaging with people that understand the business like themselves versus trying to learn it themselves the hard way. So, with that said, gentlemen, I am going to disappear for a while off the screen. I might come back and ask you guys a lot of questions at the end, but do you guys have maybe a few words before we get started? What gives you motivation to help doctors? What do you think?
Thank you.
Do you
Thank
think it's going to help a lot of patients, or what is the motivation here?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, thank you. First of all, thanks for having us today. We searched far and wide for the best dentist of the year, and I got to tell you, you were in some pretty good competition and we took it very seriously. We've been dealing with doctors for years at Top Doctor Magazine and dentists, but this is really exciting to have you and your group of dentists doing the working with the writers on your regents. Every one of them are impressive. And Dr. Shaw, you were obviously impressive enough to be the dentist of the year for us. I got to tell you though, your regents are just amazing, accomplished people. I couldn't wait to read the next one. They were so good. And I was there with the writers when they were interviewing. I heard some of the interviews, and what amazing people you have. Did you want to say anything about that? Because it was a lot of fun for me.
Yes, it's a team effort, and without our regions, we would be nowhere. And the regions have been there from the early days, and ideas lead to success, and teamwork works leads to success. I learned from them. You're all equals, and they are a great asset to bringing things that you have heard about, and our colleagues hopefully will read. I understand you guys published the articles yesterday. Is that correct?
Yep,
That's correct.
On Friday. Really, really nice, beautiful. The whole magazine is beautiful, and it has your regents in there. It has you with the cover article. We call it a cover article. It's really awesome, and they get the centerfold, so it's pretty cool. So you guys are going to really enjoy it. It's a great credibility piece. It really tells folks what you and your team's all about, Doc, and we're really excited to push it out to the world. Just so you know, our readership is 200,000 other doctors and up to 1 million patients in the dentistry world. So you know, the 1 million patients get actual live copies, and the 200,000 doctors get they get an e-copy of the magazine, and it's really something. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. And thank you again, Dr. Shaw, for having us on. We really appreciate it. And hopefully you can all understand my accent because I'm from Australia, not from the US over here. So again, thank you, Dr. Shaw, and congratulations on being nominated as being awarded Dentist of the Year. What I'd like to do to start with, though, I'd like to also recognize John. I don't think a lot of you know his passion behind what he creates. His initial passion was to help basketball students come over to America and learn how to play basketball. Then he created a program to help churches actually improve people coming to church. And then by chance, we got into the medical industry, and we realized a lot of doctors had great potential, but were not achieving what they really should do. So John took it on himself to create a magazine for medical people, by medical people, so you know what's going on, so you can really grow on the community that you'll have. So again, thank you, John, for doing this.
Great. It was fun to do, and doctors and dentists are some of the best people in the world, and it's been awesome to be around them the last few years. Just get to know some doctors, and we have the best doctors and dentists in the world as part of our magazine. We're really excited about it.
And what
It's
we're doing
amazing. I've seen it. I've seen some of you guys' editions, and the people that are in it are highly accomplished doctors that are just a grounds for motivation and inspiration to other doctors of what's achievable. We're really happy that you guys have entered the the dental community. As you know, oral care is a very important one of the most important. Well, I'm a little biased, but one of the most important medical professions that we have. And our colleagues are going to be you don't have anything like this in dentistry, by the way. And you guys entering this market and helping our doctors is going to be a fresh breath of air from all the existing magazines and all the same old stories that we have been exposed to over the years. So everybody is very excited, especially our team and our dream team of doctors and 150 doctors that have participated recently in the global summits. We're very supportive of what you guys are doing. So how does one get involved with Top Doctor magazine, or where can someone, for example, get to read all of your editions, or do they have to sign up to get it, or how does that work?
John's actually gifting it free for the next 12 months for anybody that would like to sign up. You simply have to go to topdoctor.com and fill out the application, and you'll have free access for 12 months.
What was that URL? Can I put that on with the Top
Sure.
Doc?
TopDoctorMagazine.com.
That's where you guys can go to sign up. And not only do you guys provide this magazine, which is very gracious of you to put it out for 12 months for free, but you do other things for doctors. You actually consult them if they have troubles in their practices, and with marketing techniques that obviously work, that you guys have done in countless different medical industries. And that's a great value. And I've seen them to be very, very reasonable. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it might be worth going to the presentation. John's core focus again was to look at an industry and say what really works for people. Unfortunately, you see a lot of hype, and probably the best way to put it is that there's a lot of people out there that can just build a website, they can do Facebook marketing. They really don't know how to bring it all together. So the results that you require aren't really there, and you get frustrated in the industry. John's passion is to really put something together that's unique and is head and shoulders above what else is out there. And our whole company is based on getting real results for people, because as we all know, talk is cheap. Results are the only thing that you really measure.
Wow, that's very good. You know, I've seen a lot of younger kids, 23, 24 years old, overnight they become Facebook experts, and then they go for the doctors, and we get very frustrated when our dollars don't produce the results that we want. So we need people like you guys that actually can deliver. So the Global Summits Institute highly recommends you, highly endorses you. I've seen you perform on various, over the months that we have known you. You guys vetted us in and out for the last, I don't know, 5 months before we got the honor to be with you. And we're very thankful. I think it's best said when it comes from you directly as to what you guys do. I already know what you do. I'm going to go ahead and you guys have the floor. Bring up your presentation and let you guys explain to the audience what you guys have done in the medical industry, which is mind-boggling, and what you guys intend to do for the dental industry in the years to come. With that,
I want to show you this too, Doc. This is some of our dentist magazines that come out.
oh, you brought it out. That's great.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then, before you go, and then we'll put this in the thing, but these are awesome magazines. And then I wanted to also tell you, we're coming to you from beautiful Newport Beach, California, here at TrueClear, which is a high-tech projection company, and they make businesses look incredible. And so we do events here, and they have a car sitting right over here to my left. It's a camouflage car, and I'm gonna, if you don't mind, later I'll take them on a tour of this place. They're gonna want to see this because it is amazing.
I would love to if you did that, and then I would love to if once things come down a little bit, as I was talking to Colin, is actually inviting some of our local colleagues and holding a show where we can have a little bit of more of a personalized interaction with you guys and get to know you guys. It's exhilarating to me that every time I've met John, it was a learning experience for me, just to listen to the guy for a while and kind of absorb what he's telling me he has learned in all of these business interactions. At the end of the day, half of the trick in dentistry and medicine is your business acumen. You don't have it, it doesn't matter how much you know, how good you are with your hands, or how good you are in the medical or surgery, what you do. You have to have that extra finesse, that acumen. And John's one of the best I've ever seen, and I've interacted with a lot of leaders. So if that's in the bag, maybe you guys let us know, and we'll invite our friends and bring them to the studio and can have a little bit of a more interactive situation with you guys, especially when COVID slows down a little bit more, so we don't have to have this whole 6 feet ordeal. And how many can you get in there in that studio?
Oh, hundreds. It's huge. Yeah, you'll see how big it is here in a minute. But the other thing, when we do events, we have a blast. We have a lot of fun. We have professional photographers here. We'll have videographers here to interview the doctors. It's so much fun. And you got to see some of that, Dr. Shaw, when we did your photo shoot for you. By the way, it will appear on the screen behind us as we're talking. We have your big photo up here on the back screen of us. And it's so much fun seeing it on a big screen.
It's a highlight of my career to be selected by you guys. You continue to help many doctors who in turn help hopefully hundreds of millions of patients.
Right.
That said, guys, we're really excited about this presentation. They've seen enough of my face. Let's get you guys on. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over because this will be exciting. All right, friends and colleagues, this is time to listen to our friends at Top Doctor Magazine. And here you go. You guys have the floor. If you need
Thank you
me
so
to
much. We appreciate it.
start up. Thank you.
I'll go up.
There you go.
Make that full screen. So again, congratulations, Dr. Shaw, on winning Dentist of the Year. We really think you deserve it. The amount of work you put on in the community that you built, it's been really spectacular.
Yeah, seeing 2 million different views on your Podnars in 45 days. We think it's a world record. I have my friend Mark Carvalho here that introduced us, and we're gonna try to get you in the Guinness Book of World Records for doing that. So that's gonna be fun too.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Now, and I want everybody to know also, Doc, you did not pay for this. This is something that we searched far and wide for somebody like you. We interviewed some of the best dentists in the world. They were nominated from all different kinds of people, their staff, patients, other dentists, and adding it all up, you were the one to be the Dentist of the Year this year. And it's a tremendous honor for a dentist or a doctor to be. We take this very seriously. We do all kinds of background checks and everything with your patients. And it's really amazing that out of all the dentists in the world, you're the top number one dentist in the world. So we're really proud of you for that.
Yeah, congratulations again. And a lot had to do with how you've worked so hard for the dental community to build it and to help them in a time like this when a lot have been struggling with the COVID. So again, congratulations.
We really needed the positivity during these hard times and times of uncertainty, and they're now recovering. Dental offices are doing great. And again, this is a lifetime honor for me, and really appreciate your recognition of what the regions and I have been able to achieve on a global scale. And thank you for the World Book of Records. I think hopefully somebody will beat me because it's all about education and spreading knowledge, and we need more of it. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Just to touch on that, what people need in this day and age, I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty sure I know, and you folks on the line here, people need hope and they need purpose and they need community. So Dr. Shaw and the Regents have created this tremendous community. And I think the hope and purpose is when you find somebody that doesn't have a great smile or they need some dental work done. Everybody always says, I'd like to go back to the old times. Well, I would too if we had modern dentistry. I'd like to go back to the old times. But other than that, I like this. So I'm real excited about this. Colin, why don't you take it away and have some fun with these guys?
Thank you. So what I'd like to do is explain to you how the benefit of our Top Doctor magazine can help position you and help you generate a lot more patients. So I'll just start the presentation. One of the things, as I mentioned before, John's real core passion and purpose is to help people get real results. And sadly, what we see in the industry is a lot of people are actually doing it the wrong way. As I mentioned before, a lot of people piecemeal their marketing together. They have someone building a Facebook page, they have someone doing YouTube marketing, they have someone doing Twitter, and they're spending money, but the frustration is they don't really get the results, what they're looking for. And I guess the irony would be that you're all qualified dentists and you know your trade extremely well, but yet you go out to a lot of novice in the industry and unfortunately they don't give you the right cure for what you're looking to in marketing. Imagine if it was the other way around, that I decided to be a dentist. I think, great, you open your mouth, I have a look, I find a hole, I drill it, and I fill it up with something. You'd think it'd be kind of a little bit silly. It's the same with your marketing. And one of the best examples of where this is coming from is today, it's not who potentially is the best at whatever they do, for example, being a dentist, it's who can market the best to generate the people. So that's where Top Doctor magazine comes in. A lot of people will talk to you about marketing. They'll explain to you either need to spend more money than anybody else to generate patients so you dominate your market. It's a very, very expensive exercise, and you really don't get the returns. And that's what we see a lot of the time. The other way to do it is you become the cheapest in the industry. Well, again, we all know that's business suicide, because eventually you're not making any money, so you can't survive. Or the third way, which is literally going out and working or chasing referrals and hounding the market, begging for business. We'd all agree that none of these really work effectively. What you want to do is be professional, but outsource to someone who knows how to market properly, who can put everything together for you. But unlike everybody else who just wants to sell you advertising, our core objective is to help you to become the celebrity in your marketplace so people recognize you. And a great example, John, you like to explain, like, for example, share trading.
With Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to be the best in the business, you'd follow Warren Buffett. And so go ahead and pull that up.
Yeah.
Oh, do that too.
Yeah. Well, one of the things with being Warren Buffett, for example, if we ask, if you decided you wanted to go and share trade, would you like to have the choice of Warren Buffett or a no-name that just read a book or hasn't done much about it? Naturally, you'd always gravitate to the Warren Buffett because he's got such a proven track record. Well, that's what we do with Top Doctor Magazine. We position you as the expert and celebrity, firstly in your own market. And again, it comes back to the old saying, you better to be a big splash in a little pond before you try to be a pebble in an ocean, so to speak. So we help position you in your local area. By doing that, people, instead of looking around to see who they should be going to, they recognize you. And from recognition, they want to follow you and work with you. So what you want to do is take a step back and wonder, is there a better way to be able to do things? Like, for example, have you ever wondered, is there a better way to get more happy cash paying clients without having to spend a lot of money? Have you ever wondered, is there a way to increase your practice recognition and be respected in your industry, again, without spending a lot of money? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have the freedom to do what you want, spend time with your family, or contribute back to your community or a charity? See, a lot of people want to give back, but the sad part is you can't give from an empty cup. Our approach is to help build you to a point where you have the resources to be able to give back.
Yeah, many of our dentists, especially, they make so much money, they get tax issues. And so we actually have a program for that too, so we can really help you with and it doesn't matter where you live in the world, we can help you with your tax issues. And that's really the number one bill they have. So once you get your marketing right, you get your celebrity right, not only do you get known locally, you get to known regionally, then in your country. And then if you're like Dr. Shaw in the regions, you get worldwide attention, and that's where you're really something.
Yeah.
I would suggest looking at the All Blacks from New Zealand. They're world famous, the rugby team.
Exactly.
Somebody like them, or the New York Yankees in sports, or Cristiano Ronaldo in soccer or football, as Colin likes to call it. Yeah.
Yeah, real football, but
Real
that's another
football,
discussion.
Right.
So what we want to do is discuss with you that sometimes you're really busy. You need to stop for a minute and ask the question, is there an easier and a better way to do things? And we believe there is. And the reason we go down the track of showing you how to become a celebrity or a market expert in your marketplace is today there is so much information out there that there's so much noise. People today don't stop to look. So when they're looking for something, if they find someone that they consider an influencer, for again, Dr. Shaw, he's become an influencer in your marketplace. So literally hundreds of thousands, even millions of dentists now around the world follow him. We can help create that for you in your local marketplace, and again, help expand that. Just like it says here, most people's memory span is attention span is literally less than a goldfish today, because there's just so much information.
Right. It's you have very little time to get their attention, and we know how to get their attention and keep their attention for a long time for your practice.
Exactly. And one of the things, again, that most other companies don't work with you on because they don't know how to do celebrity marketing or the expert marketing is just simply to spend money on advertising. And the more you spend, hopefully somewhere you'll make a profit on it. A report came out that showed by creating a celebrity status in your marketplace, you actually potentially can, you're in the top 13%, you literally can earn 6 to up to even 20 times each dollar you spend on advertising. So again, let's say you spent $100,000 in a month on advertising, that could work out to be $500,000, $1 million in return. And John and I can go through examples of showing that. In fact, stepping back from this particular industry, I have a friend that puts in windscreens. He had a little tiny business, struggling to make a living, no major brand. And he talked to me about doing some Facebook marketing. And it's funny, we were sitting at a coffee shop and I said, look, I can help you with it. Spend $1,000, $1,200 a month, and you'll start to generate more clients for your business. And I remember he's like, spend how much? How do you think I can afford to do that? And I said, well, you need to focus to bring in new clients or you'll go broke. So we took the jump of faith and spent $1,000, $1,200. About 3 years later, funnily enough, or maybe 6 months ago, we caught up again and we were having lunch. And we were talking about how business is going. And he said, isn't it ironic? If I hadn't made that step, I wouldn't be where I am today. He said, Colin, I spend around $100,000 plus per month on advertising to put in windshields. And I make about $1 million, $1.5 million gross every single month from that. And he said, it's funny, now I can't wait to be spending $200,000 to $300,000 on advertising because I know I'll be making $3 to $4 million. So what I'm trying to get at there is sometimes you need to step back and look at what the right marketing is to get you the right results and then keep leveraging it. So the big challenge a lot of people have, as we mentioned earlier, is actually which is the right way to go. Because out of all of the people out there that want to sell you a Facebook page or build your website or do LinkedIn marketing or YouTube, it's hard to work out where to go. And as I said before, the challenge is then trying to put all of this together. Most of the time, your Facebook doesn't work with your LinkedIn doesn't go to your website. Your website really isn't a call to action. So people get confused. For even most doctors we meet, even their testimonials are not recent. A survey came out a little while ago that about 70+% of people looking for a dentist look for their testimonials and the testimonials that they've had in the last 2 weeks. So that shows you how important it is to have a lot of testimonials, a lot of good testimonials, but also have them recent. You can't rely on ones that came out 2 or 3 weeks ago or 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
And sadly, this is what we see when we talk to a lot of doctors and dentists. In fact, we've got a famous plastic surgeon, and the strange part that he has is he's a great plastic surgeon, but he's dabbling in trying to do his own YouTube videos.
Right.
And some of them are really funny, but it has nothing to do with what he's doing. So he's dropped the ball on his medical career to focus on doing something else, that the fundamentals of marketing aren't there. And after speaking to him, he realized he's been wasting time.
He's lost hundreds of thousands of dollars too by doing it. He used to have a really cool business, was on every major TV show, on every magazine, every trade magazine, and he just needs to get back to that point.
Exactly. So he's now agreed with us that he's kind of wasted time and a lot of money. And it's sometimes fool's gold in a sense. You think you can do the work yourself, but you actually are the one losing because you're not really saving any money, you're losing money. So here we have Dr. Shaw, and again, congratulations on being nominated, being Doctor of Dentist of the Year. And this is a great example of celebrity marketing. By positioning yourself as a celebrity, more people will trust in your advice and want to follow you and ask for your help. This is the article that we've actually put in the magazine. And as you can see, when people read a magazine like this, even internet or other forms of marketing, when they look for a dentist in Dr. Shaw's area, who else is going to stand out when Dr. Shaw is the dentist that they feel safer with and trust more, and naturally business just starts to walk in the door. Correct, John?
Right. That's right. That's what happens.
So the other part that we do, rather than just do the social media and build you as a celebrity, we help you build special forms of marketing, which we call quiz funnels. A lot of people can build you a Facebook page, but that might get people to look at it, but it doesn't really get you qualified patients. What we have is a special form of being able to build a questionnaire style marketing that leads to patients that want to take action with you, as this example shows, finding out certain questions that the patients have. Here's another one to do with blind spot in patient care for another part of our market. So again, the strategy is not difficult. It's like digging for gold. you have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold, but with correct marketing, it's a really simple strategy. The first step is to position yourself as the expert or the celebrity. From that, you spend less money on your advertising and marketing to get a higher result. Doctors that we've worked with end up spending less money, being able to charge more for the value of their services, and end up growing to having 2, 3, even 4 practices. And again, you can recognize Dr. Shaw here. Part of what we do is also have the respect and send out gifts thanking people for working with us, and we can help you develop all of that as well. So how would you like to be able to market every single month and get results for people looking to do business with you? And what we've put here is just to bring up a few examples just out of our July results. Imagine if this was one of your practices and some of these services actually cost $25,000 or so plus.
Up to $50,000.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah. We have doctors that every single week get 4 to 6 inquiries for new patients, like implant or a full arch. Full arch ranges from about $25,000. Is that correct? Yeah, so imagine if you had 3 full arch cases every single week coming in, or like the second doctor here, 8 implants and 4 full arch implementations. Again, you can all see that we've targeted towards the right kind of patient for the right kind of doctor to help you improve the profitability of your practice. Now, for example, the last one here, 15 implants, 5 full arch cases.
In 1 week.
Yeah.
1 week. That's crazy. That's crazy numbers.
And as a great example, one of the dentists that we're working with, actually knowing with COVID, has actually doubled down. And John, you might like to explain that a little bit.
He was spending a good bit of money with us, investing a good bit of money with us, and he saw the opportunity to really increase his market share during this, where everybody else is pulling back. This is go back to Warren Buffett. This is when the smart people start really investing in their business right now and gaining market share.
Exactly.
With what we call highly profitable cases, and then also you get to help more people, and that's what it's all about: helping more people with great patient outcomes.
Exactly right. Again, here's a few more. These are 2 new doctors that have come on board. 4 implants, and 1 full arch. Again, we base our business on getting real results, not just simply talking about it. And one of the things I'd like to just step back on, which John is the expert, he's world renowned in being able to present from stage and help people. And this is a great example of great marketing, of just being part of the herd and doing what everyone else does. John's a stage professional, being able to present to an audience and have them take action. I'd like John to run over a few of the techniques that you use so you can see the little differences to why you can have an audience that stands up and claps their hands, and an audience that runs to the back of the room, potentially spends hundreds of thousands of dollars with you. And it's the same with our marketing. We use these little techniques to be able to generate real results for you. So John, do you want to take away?
Sure, I'll take it away. I'll tell you guys, this is works one-on-one, like you with your patient, one-on-many, you maybe with your staff, and it works if you're speaking to a large group of people. We call it one to the world. So let's just talk one-on-one for a second. And I back all this up with science and math. There's a science to communicating. There's a science to having a good business. And Dr. Shaw has tried to really implant that in our brains, right? You can become a great business person as a doctor. And we found in our business practices that doctors aren't always the greatest, dentists aren't always the greatest business people or marketers. So one of the scientific systems I'll share with you today, and if you have a pen, you might want to write this down and use it. Start with your family, because there's nothing more important than you taking care of your family. So there's a scientific communication system called VAC, V-A-K. And VAC is very simple. V is visual. So a third of your clients, and maybe a little more in the dentist realm and cosmetic dentistry, maybe more than your clients are visual. When they talk, and you can learn how they communicate. And as a dentist or as a doctor, what I find a lot of the folks that do that, they're more of an audio or a hearing person. So it's really hard to talk to them in visual terms. So one of the visual terms I would push out there is something like this: your future looks bright ahead, or your smile is so bright. Yeah, you look so much better with your new your new implants, and just different things like that to help people. An audio person or an auditory communicator will say, I want you to hear what I'm saying, or would you listen to me? And I find that in medical a lot. And then the third kind of person is my son. He's a kinesthetic. He wants to touch everything. He'll say something like this. Do you want a hug? Do you want a hug? Do you want a hug? Right? Do you want a real hug? You might have seen a real big guy say sometime, are you feeling me? Well, they're very kinesthetic. The way you touch them is by touching them. Or in this day and age of the Me Too movement, you can't touch people. So what you do is you touch them with your words. Now, I'll just bring a famous musician in play here, Elvis Presley, and hopefully you guys still know that he still is the third or second most sold music in the world after 70 years of being in the music business, with the Beatles being number one, Michael Jackson number 2 or 3, and Elvis number 2 or 3. But Elvis had a thing, and I've taught this in many countries, and I did this in Japan last year, and before COVID hit. And I will start the song, and the song goes like this: don't you? And then I would let the audience finish it, and they say, step on my blue suede shoes. It's so funny, but let me break that sentence down for you. If you do that and you say, don't you step is very kinesthetic. On my blue is very visual. Suede, again, if you could feel suede, is very kinesthetic. And shoes nowadays, they can be red tennis shoes or leather boots. That's a kinesthetic or even a visual word. So you see how Elvis, and he was up there singing, so he's getting all the audios. He's moving around with his rhinestones on. He's getting all the visuals. And so he touches people by talking, by saying certain words. In fact, one of his songs was, her lips were hot like a volcano top. When you get a minute later, just think about that. But if you could learn when you learn the communication system called VAC, it makes you such a massive communicator. And when we put doctors up on stages, we can know instantly whether they're in touch with their audience. And you want to be in touch with your audience, especially your audience of one, because here's the thing. Let's just go into the passion of what you do. When people have good, healthy teeth, it's a matter of fact, they live longer, they get sick less, and they enjoy life more.
Confident and
more confident. When I had a car accident in 2006, and I'm so thankful I had a great dentist, because all these front teeth are veneers. And when I hit that tree going 55 miles an hour, I lost my teeth. And I couldn't imagine, and I'm a highly paid speaker, I couldn't imagine trying to go out with my teeth all messed up. So I'm really happy, and this is something I'm really passionate about. So that would be one really good example of how to communicate better. Did you want to say anything else?
And then maybe the NLP one. I think that's
so then the other thing that you can do is something called NLP. And NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistical Programming. And this is where we say words matter. The words you use matter. For instance, I'll say something like this. By now, you know what I'm talking about when I'm speaking. Or by the way, if you ever watch a politician, they'll say, by the way, by tomorrow, by Sunday, by whenever. And what they're actually doing is telling you to buy. And so you can do that with your patients. You could say, by now you realize the importance of taking care of your teeth. And you say that 3 or 4 times, and then when would now be a good time to buy, right? And then when you learn how to talk like that using NLP, using the 3 VAC method, the scientific method of VAC, and you put that together with your good work, you're going to be unstoppable in the dental industry in your market.
And that's a great example. When a lot of dentists we meet, like the plastic surgeon, he made really funny little videos that everybody laughed at. But
a million views. Yeah, a million views, yeah.
But didn't make him any money because he wasn't focusing on what was required in the presentation to get a result. Another great example, and if you'd like to give the church example, maybe.
Sure. So I go to church, and on Sunday, my pastor says something like this. He says, the devil wants you to do this, and he points to his right side, like the devil's right next to him. And then a few minutes later, he's talking, and he says, and Jesus wants you to do this. He put Jesus in the same place as the devil. And we call this anchoring or stage anchoring. What you want to do is, to the right side of you is the past, bad. You would say something like this. Yesterday, your teeth were X, X, and X, really bad, and you were losing your health because of it. Today, and that's right in front of you, I'm going to fix them. And tomorrow you're going to have the brightest, best smile you've ever had.
And your confidence.
And you're going to have your confidence back. By doing that, by anchoring the folks in a really timely manner, in a linear manner, because remember, people think in time frames. So tomorrow is there, here is the present, yesterday is over there. When you're talking to your patients, if you'll just implement something like that, you'll see your conversions will go way up. Because let's face it, guys, what you're doing is it's a decision for people. $25,000, $50,000 for the normal person is a lot of money. And so the other thing we can do, and we don't have time to do this today, we can actually teach you how to have them invest $25,000, $30,000 without it being a major heart attack for them, right? And that's all done by the words and the marketing that you use.
And what John is covering there is when we do the videos for doctors, we show them how to stand correctly, how to use their hands. Every single part of the communication is incredibly important. It's the same as when we create a marketing piece for someone. We actually bore down to the 4 different personality traits. And if you saw the work that went into it and how we red, blue, yellow, and green line different words so that we know that they're in the right order. And people say, oh, but you get such fantastic results. There really is a foundation that we work really hard at to get correct. So that kind of is an overview of what we do.
One more thing on that. It doesn't matter though if they're not getting patients in their business, right? All of what we just said doesn't matter. So the first thing is the approach.
Exactly.
The first thing is getting a ton of patients into your business, so or more patients or more profitable patients, people that will spend the money with you to make you a successful dentist.
And like we said earlier, it's no longer about who is the best dentist. It's about who can market the best. And a great example is Tiffany. You've probably all heard of the jewelry store Tiffany. Just imagine if you took to your partner a piece of jewelry in a brown paper bag or in a Tiffany box. Which do you think has perceived higher value?
Yeah, and I want to just touch on that for a second. It's not all about the money, guys. I have noticed that dentists and doctors love to do charity work. In fact, we knew a lot of dentists would go to different countries and just give their time for months at a time, fixing people's smiles, and doctors fixing their hearts, and for no money at all. But here's what I'll tell you. The more successful you are, the more people you can help. And if you want to give away, some of you aren't even in a position to give away any donations for your business. But if you want to do that, you get really good at this. And then the money follows you because you're the best at what you do. And then you can give away as much as you want.
And I support John in that. The old saying is you can't give from an empty cup. John has been fortunate enough to help how many young children with basketball, guys?
We've put 150 major basketball players in Division I colleges in America. And we've taken them from all over the world, China, the Middle East, Europe, especially South America. And these most of the kids come from really poor backgrounds. So we've been able to get them full ride scholarships to really good schools like UCLA and Yao Ming. A lot of you have heard of the basketball player Yao Ming. And we've done this with basketball players, volleyball players, golfers. And what happens is by being able to take my time and my money and put it into this, Marvin Bagley was our last kid that came through. He's #1 in the NBA draft. He played for Duke University. I know we have some Duke fans here. And then we had a kid named Cody Riley from UCLA. He's going to graduate this year. He's going to get he came from a very, very good background, but he's going to get a $7 million year contract from the NBA is what they're projecting right now, $49 million total, just because he was able to get coached by the right people, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So if you'd like to know more about it, and again, our process is very simple, very clear, very transparent on how we do it and how we go about it. Unlike everybody else that just tries to say, here's one size fits all. In reality, it's not like that. When we work with someone, we analyze their market to see what their competition is, what their price points are, which part of the market should they be going after, what's their speciality, and then we start to customize a presentation. So we do that on a one-on-one basis. The other part, we believe so much in what we actually do, we'll work out a payment plan with you. So we'll actually get you started, and from the real results that you get and the revenue generate, then you just keep working with us and growing. Because our approach is if it's not working, then you shouldn't be paying for it. So again, just reach out to me personally, which is Colin@topdoctormagazine.com. Anything there, John?
No, that's great, Colin. I noticed the word free on the marketing consultation. You usually charge a lot of money for that. And what did Dr. Shaw beat you up over that and make you give it to him for free? That's what I figured.
Dr. Shaw is a very good martial artist. He doesn't even touch you.
Hey, I'm just fighting for my colleagues, guys. That's all. We really appreciate whatever you can do for us.
Okay, great. We appreciate you guys too. Well,
So,
Dr. Shaw, do you have any questions for us, or does your audience have any questions?
yes. So, questions coming in is what is the first step? How do you guys select when they approach you? How do you select them? How do you position them? What sort of things will be covered in the initial consultation?
It really is a questionnaire that we sit down and discuss with them. What are they doing at the moment? What's their track record? Whereabouts are they located? Then we start to look at their market so we can do a market research to understand it. And then we start to work out what their budget is to market. We look at what else they've got out they're using at the moment, maybe Facebook. Like we had a doctor yesterday. He spent a lot of money on Facebook. He spent a lot of money on his website, but they really don't go hand in hand. They don't generate any business. So we look at what you've got, and then our approach is to say, put your toe in the water to get real results. From the real results that we get, then we can help you expand out and grow from that. So we work out a strategy plan, and every single one is uniquely different. Again, depending on budgets, what they want to achieve.
So, Custom, you'll have this discussion.
Go ahead.
You'll have this discussion with them. You'll review the responses to the overall survey of their practice, and then you become involved with them on a local and broader level. Some of them, for example, some of the doctors just are focused on implants, and they do full arch dentures and implants for dentures. So they could draw internationally or even nationwide for the expertise that they have. So everyone's situation is a little bit different. That's very cool.
We actually do that for the regenerative industry, that we've actually had people travel from literally all over the world to certain doctors purely from our marketing strategies.
And we've had a lot of patients travel to different dentists in different countries like Colombia and Mexico and the US, Holland. So we can get people to travel to come see if you're
amazing. You guys had a massive presence, right? In the regenerative space. You guys had a very big presence in
and in the dentistry space too. So it's a real good space for our company for what we do for dentists.
So dental tourism is a big deal. It's becoming a bigger deal. You guys are always investing in new technologies. I understand you guys got involved now with also telemedicine and teledentistry and all on top of that. Any message there? What are you guys' predictions?
Sure, I'll tell you about my business partner. He's 33-year-old software genius. He owns a company called Liberty Health Shares, and our combined businesses last year, and I'm not saying this to brag about, I'm just telling you guys so you know who you're dealing with, did $700 million in revenues. And if we had 200 dentists that we did this marketing for last year, 195 signed up again for this year. And that's pretty good. The other 5, I don't know why they were successful. They did it. Maybe they're retiring. We'll find that out. But 195 out of 200 dentists is pretty daggone good. And so we're expecting to do better this year for that.
Wow, that's a big number. Having a little technical difficulty. Did I lose you guys? Okay, there we go. You didn't catch the last one. Where you left off was where you guys have done over 700 million in business last year, which is quite impressive. And then we lost you for like a second. Could you please repeat the last part?
Yeah, I'll tell you. We did 700 million. We were projected to do $1 billion this year in revenues, in total revenues for all of our companies. And then COVID hit, but we're having a good year. But here's the thing: we did for dentists last year. We marketed for 200 of them, and 195 have signed back up for this year. So I think that's a real good renewal rate for any business, and especially a marketing business. So we're real excited about that.
Exactly.
That speaks louder than words ever could. That's great. So, guys, you got a young guy that just started a practice, and what is the next step?
Go find Dr. Shaw, become his best friend, and let him teach everything that's in his brain. That's what
A mentor. So your message is find a mentor, find a good mentor.
Find a mentor.
Exactly.
Dr. Havid, I mean, you have so many good guys on your regents. I know they give back. I mean, with the Greek guy, I can never say his last name, but what a man.
Nobody can. Dr. Ioannis is the best way to go.
Ioannis, yeah. So yeah, so I would say find a mentor if you're a young dentist, and then don't be afraid to invest in good quality marketing. We could build your practice. We've done it before. We could build your practice far faster than you trying to piece everything together. Your Facebook, your Instagram. One of our dentists has 1 million Instagram followers. Do you think maybe if he needs some new clients, he could just say, "Hey guys, I'm doing a special this week," or "Come in, here's what he does before and afters." And I notice all great dentists, Dr. Shaw, in your office, you have your before and afters, and they're incredible. And that's all your visuals. Remember, that's your visuals. So that's what you're getting.
A lot of the old timers that are outside of the technology, they don't want to change or do something different. But you and I know that before and afters, for example, have a tremendous impact on what the patient perceives in their decision-making process.
Yeah, and I like the old timers because they understand when I pull up a magazine like this, and I mail this to 50,000 people around their practice, they're going to get business out of it. And so I like the old-fashioned U.S. Postal Service. If you're in a foreign country, we can figure this out for you also on how you can do this the best.
Yeah.
You have something like this, and we make you the star. It's very simple. We make you the star of your practice. And when you're the star, people start asking. In fact, we get a doctor on the radio every day of the year, just so you know. And dentists, doctors, specialists. And what happens is we can get you on TV if you want to be on TV, but we really like the old-fashioned way of, and it's not old-fashioned. Since Amazon came in and selling so much, we know everything about the folks around your practice. Like, let's take Palm Springs, for example. We could tell you the routes where the people are going to buy your services the most.
We tell you their income, their age.
Their age, whatever you want to know about them. And that's what
we have some proprietary methods of looking into these kind of numbers. That's great. That's good to have.
Well, we have experience, and I think there's nothing like experience in real world. Keith, that runs the Dentist magazines, he's been doing marketing for years, and him and his wife Deborah, and they're just incredible people
and passionate.
They love helping dentists, and they've helped so many of them.
Yeah, I've been very, very impressed with your entire teams and operation as a whole for the months that I've known you guys. And I got to tell you, I'm looking at the numbers, and our colleagues really, really like you guys because you're almost approaching 300 shares already on your presentation now. So it's in just about every group.
Well, thanks, guys. That's the power of this group, isn't it, Dr. Shaw? You and your regions have such reach, and I think you could change the world. And I've talked to you enough that I think you're on a really good pathway to help a lot of people, and maybe even change how medicine or how dentistry is viewed in the whole world and how it's accepted and taken.
At the end of the day, we are here to help people.
Right.
You know what they taught us in MBA school, John, is if when you take care of the other person's needs in business, your needs get taken care of. It's not always about making the quick buck and then moving on and being happy for 5 days that you made the bills. It's actually establishing relationships that continue giving, and that you continue giving and they continue giving. When you care for a community, you get involved in community, and a lot of things that you guys also talk about. That just, you get it back tenfold. And my dad, one thing I remember that he always tells me is experience trumps all, right? So you guys, we don't have the time to sit around and figure out how to get the best out of our situation. So we need partners and friends and colleagues that help us like you do. Unfortunately, in our industry, there are corporations that come in and they take over everything, including the bank accounts, and you become the no-control doctor. That's what we want in our industry. We want people that help us like yourselves without enslaving us and putting us in a position where they own us. That's not what you're interested in. You're interested in helping us, and that's what we appreciate. Because most of the other corporations, they want our equity. They want to interfere with our patient-doctor relationship. They want to have their hands in every aspect of our practice and decision making, and own the facility and own everything else. So we seek partners like you.
Well, I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said that, because we could really one of our other businesses is consulting with physicians, consulting with dentists on how they can own their own practice, how they can cut their taxes, and really get ahead in life financially.
What's that called?
What's that?
What's that business called?
Well, it's Top Doctor Magazine. It's the same business. We just have a division that takes care of the doctors and their, we call it a triple LP, a limited liability, limited partnership. And it really helps cut their taxes. So it gives them more money to invest in themselves. Because there's no better investment than you, Dr. and Shaw, investing in yourself.
For sole proprietors and small like group practices, right?
That's right.
That's right. 3-4 offices. Hey, dear colleagues and friends, you go into these groups. For years have we been debating about how to find better ways to empower the sole proprietors and independent thinkers that have sort of been marginalized by the corporate practice of medicine and dentistry. So here's an opportunity. If you are a sole proprietor struggling and you want to know how to compete, or you're a younger guy that has some debt and wants to start their own practice, reach out to Top Doctor Magazine and see in which ways they can help you achieve that. Because ultimately, let's be frank here, if you work for yourself, you're living your own dreams. If you work for somebody else, you're working and living their dreams. So live your own dream, empower yourself, increase your continuing education. That's what Top Doctor Magazine and us promote. Is that
nothing to talk to us? It's a free consultation. You get to talk to myself and our team. You'll love how we go through it. And another thing, John saw an opportunity or a need in the medical industry to actually put in practices where there are no practices. For example, like in Harlem, he's in discussions at the moment to open up there. Country areas. You might want to run a little bit on that, John. So there may be something we can help with different practices as well in the dental industry.
Yeah, sure. We're actually opening up Harlem, New York, and any urban or rural area in the U.S. especially. And I'm sure this is. I talked to one of your doctors. He was from Afghanistan, Dr. Shaw. What an amazing guy. Youngest dentist in Afghanistan. Just amazing. And so. We can help you if you want to move to a different location. I'm always about your dream life, right? Where if you could practice anywhere in the world, where would you do it?
And hey, if I do that again, I got to tell you, you said something about rural America. Right. I've owned 6 offices and I've helped build over 30 from scratch.
Wow.
In my earlier days, and I can tell you, rural America is a gold mine.
It is
more money than you will do anywhere else. I mean, by a long shot. Nothing comes close. Everybody in town knows who you are. They know your goodwill. Right. They know you have whatever it is that you do, your family. If you're into, it's a whole different ball game. Please talk about that a little bit, because we're struggling.
I will. It's way easier, by the way, to become a celebrity in a rural area, a small town, than it is a big city like New York, for instance. But we can do both. It's no problem. But I'll tell you, we control the rural areas right now. We're really good at it. You might have even come up against some of our dentists in those areas, and it's really hard to become, to really do what they do unless you come through us, because we have the formula to do it. So it's really nice. I really think if they want to live somewhere, go figure out where you want to go to. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, for instance. I don't know, wherever you went. I love Hawaii. Go to Hawaii. If they let you in, by the way.
Yeah, they're starting to. I think they're starting to. Right before COVID hit, I was in Hawaii, and then suddenly it completely stopped. But they're starting to come back.
Yes, so. They just let us go back to Hawaii October 1st.
Yeah, that's right. So that's great. John, you're always in a plane. Every time I call you, you're in a different city, working with somebody else. So I hope you run into a lot more of our colleagues, more in dental. Dentists are you'll get a variety of personalities and characters, but they all mean well. They're good people.
I'll show you how objective I am. I was going to make the Greek guy the Doctor of the Year just to go visit him.
I mean, you're invited. I visited him in Athens some time ago. He runs the World Academy of Stem Cells and Growth Factors.
Wow.
And he's right by the Parliament downtown in Athens, and it's a beautiful facility. He has an educational facility. I can speak on his behalf because he has allowed me to invite anyone we'd like. So if you ever want to jump on a plane, that invitation stands.
I definitely do. I'm ready today. I'll go right now. We'll do it.
Fair enough. It's beautiful.
If it's open, I don't know if Greece is open yet, but if it's open, we'll go.
Done. You're in. We're doing it. You will have the support of the Global Summits Institute and all the regions and all the Dream Team members. And besides the 150 internally that are working on these projects, there are at least 250 doctors that are helping us expand and get our message across. You'll have our full support. They're just realizing that you guys released their articles yesterday from the messages that are coming in, and they will be going to work to share that with their friends and family and colleagues. And we have officially crossed over 1,000 shares this weekend between the 4 major webinars, which is tremendous. Essentially, it's in every major group. But you made a promise to us.
I encourage your audience to read the issue, because these folks are amazing, and I just can't tell you how much we enjoyed really getting to know them in their interviews.
We really appreciate you guys recognizing their hard work. They worked selflessly for 45 days with 3, 2, sometimes 4 podinars, sometimes 1 podinar, but in 45 days we got 100 in. And these were leaders of industry, and everybody donated their time and their effort. And it was great to have some recognition come from you guys in that endeavor. But you guys made a promise.
Show True Clear, because we're real excited to be in here.
We'd love you to see this.
We'd love to see it. It's high tech, and they
on trainings for the doctors.
Hopefully when we do our next live show, we come and do it here, because we do trainings here with the doctors and dentists here all the time.
And if you guys give us a date, we would be more than glad to share it across the entire network where people could come to LA.
I don't know how your computer works.
Yeah, you promised us a little tour. Go ahead.
So this is our major.
Goes,
this is a big screen we have here, and you can see. I was hoping your photo would come up real quick, but we put everything back here, and we actually do this the events in this room here, and the True Clear is a very high tech company that works with the Department of Defense and all kinds of leading technical companies for projection and advertising. And I'll just show you some of the advertising. Oh, there's Dr. Shaw right there. How's that? Right there on the big screen. I love it. That was good timing, wasn't it, Colin? Life's all about timing. So
timing, yes. Timing is everything.
Let me show you this. And I wanted to show you the car too. I don't want it to take too much. That's the car. I don't have it on right now, but that will actually blend into the environment like a chameleon. Do you see that back there? And so it can drive down the road. You can't even see it sometimes. It's pretty cool. But this is high tech marketing, guys. And we can I just want to show you, these are my friends. If you ever come out here, you'll love it. And there's our buddy Keith Gilliard right there. He's really cool. And he's done tons of magazines for dentists. But you can see this. So this is a display that they put on for companies like Foot Locker, Nike, and you actually pick your shoe and you pick your color right here in the store. And so this is a mock-up of a store. We can do this with any product. If you come up with a product, we've done everything from My Pillow to you might have heard a guy named Russell Brunson and a bunch of other marketers. So these are some of our screens.
You never discussed all of the celebrities and all the people that you're working. I've seen you and heard with you. You work with. How did you get to all of these major celebrities from Hollywood?
Well, I'll give you my secret. We started way back in the day with a guy named Tony Robbins, if you ever heard of him, and our cubes. And then we went to the Sharks on Shark Tank. If your audience knows Shark Tank, well, we've trained 3 Shark Tanks on how to present in front of an audience, and it's been really amazing. And 80,000 other presenters in the last 14 years. We have 5,000 5-star reviews. We're really good at teaching, especially doctors, how to communicate properly. This is a rear projection with some really cool advertising. Seiko, Major League Baseball. The folks we do this for is just incredible. And I want to show you, if you remember the movie with Tom Cruise, Minority Report. Do you remember that, Dr. Shaw?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you this. Hey, Julio, can you come show us this? Can you come show us this real quick? Okay, I'm going to show you this screen here. This is pretty cool. So when Tom Cruise was doing the Minority Report, remember he did it in the air, but they actually have right here the movable screen where you can move your hand on the screen and really design or do whatever. This would be awesome in a dentist office. This is a little expensive. Can you just show them the technology behind this real quick, Scott?
Sure.
I have my good friend Scott Byram here. He's going to show you this. It's going to be really awesome. So he's using his hand right here. I'm going to get the best view. There you go. Just to show you how to use this machine. You can have multiple programs running. So we have traders use this, stock traders, and everybody wants to use this machine. So he's got a car up right now. And then this is really cool. I can't wait till you guys can come here and see.
I'm trying to see the location where you guys have everyone seated so we can have presentation and interact.
Oh, I'll go show you that too. How's that? Let me go right back here. So this is cool. So he's running the technology right now. Is that neat? And then I'll show you our big location here. Cool. He can draw on it the whole 9 yards. So it's pretty neat. When you guys come here, we'll do a whole section on this. So it's just amazing. Let me go show you where we'll do the event at. And by the way, we feed you real good, as you know, Dr. Shaw, right? Feed you good. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome right there, what you're doing. I don't know if they can see it, but that's cool. All right. Yeah, let me take you back there. And it's a massive location here. I'm only showing you part of it. And by the way, we use hydrochloric acid to clean the place, so there's no COVID in here. We have a machine that does that, and I'll be glad to tell your dentist about that if they want to use a machine like that to clean their offices out. It kills COVID really well. It's one of the products that we market. But here's the whole location right here. See it? Is that a good view of it?
Wow, very nice.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
And then we'll have our staff here and everything when you guys come over and have a lot of fun here. We'll feed you real good, and we give a lot of cool stuff. A lot of times we'll do a charity event along with our events, and that's fun too. Hey, Colin, you want to come back in and say goodbye to everybody?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
That was a great tour. And if you guys decide we could invite a large group of dentists, our colleagues, to the location, let us know. We would love to let them know to come down and interact. That's a nice place to have mastermind groups as well, where you guys are at.
You couldn't have it at a better place. It's amazing, and the weekends are open, so it's real good. So we'll be doing. We did before COVID. We were doing an event every other week for dentists and doctors. So we're going to get back on schedule here soon. We do our first one in November. So we're going to be doing Dallas in November, and then Orlando in December, and we'll be right back here in Cali. We don't know, November or December. We're not sure. So we'll they have some funny rules right now, so we're being careful with the COVID, with the virus.
We definitely want to reach out and invite you all when we reopen up to put on the workshops. Again, it's a beautiful location. It's got a really beautiful, tranquil feel to it. But the technology it's amazing. It's like being in Star Wars.
It is. It's like being in a Star Wars episode. Yeah.
Wow. I look forward to joining you guys there. It looks like a beautiful facility, and we will do this. What do you guys envision this to be like? Like an Oprah show where we have a room full of doctors and we all interact with one another?
That's it.
Training one, come in and discuss some different topics.
We'll do some training, have some really good dentists, do some maybe some procedure notes so they can get better at their craft, and then we bring in really powerful speakers. We bring in a Navy SEAL doc to teach people how to communicate really effectively, and it's amazing what they teach here in an hour or so. We do it in hour or so increments, and we typically spend a couple of days with the doctors, and it's a lot of fun. And if they've been nominated for an award, we'll actually give them the award in front of their peers, and that's very important.
Wow, what an informative session. I am very, very honored to have had you guys on the show. We need an outsider looking in dentistry. We have had the same kind of magazines and newspapers and boredom for the last 2-3 decades. So you guys are some fresh breath of air, and we will do everything in our power to support you. And thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you guys are. I've known you for months, and I know what you guys do with your time. And I really, really appreciate you guys agreeing to come on.
We're happy to do it today. This was a real highlight with you and your doctors, and we're excited to get to know everybody.
And congratulations again.
Thanks. Look forward to having you guys on the show soon again. Have a great Sunday, guys. And
Okay,
everybody, call
everybody.
Colin.
Call Colin. Bye.
Colin can direct you into the right direction somewhere in Top Doctor Magazine, depending on the
Colin
division.
at topdoctormagazine.com. Happy to help and work with you. There's no cost to the consultation. If I can't help you, I'll honestly tell you, and I'll introduce you to our team so we can look after you.
Thanks so much. Have a great day, Colin. Take care.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.